JamiaTV, Beacon for the Nation.
أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It's indeed another beautiful Friday morning that we meet here at JamiaTV. Welcome to the Muslim Insight Show. I am your host Zamzam Ahmed, and today we are going to talk about unrest in schools. The unrest in schools has become or is the major and growing challenge in learning institutions. Recently, Kenya has been shaken with a fire tragic at Utumishi Girls that claimed lives of students, lives of girls, and also others injured. As these cases continue to rise, we must ask ourselves what is really causing this trend, and also what can be done. And I am joined in studio by Dr. Adam Khamis, who is a researcher and as well as the member of Majlis Al-Ulama, Council of Scholars here at Jamia Mosque, Nairobi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Vipi hali Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah, ni vizuri sana kuwa na wewe hapa. And talking about matters of education and unrest in schools. There has been a lot of unrest in schools. Perhaps from your point of view, what do you think are the main causes to this school unrest?
Okay, number one, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most beneficial, the most merciful. Number one, we thank JamiaTV for giving us this opportunity to discuss very important and pertinent issues affecting our education sector and affecting our country in general. Also, we give condolences to the parents who have lost their loved ones, their children, in the inferno which happened at Utumishi. It was an unfortunate incident, but we need to learn from what has happened so that we make sure that it does not happen again. The words of wisdom from the scholars. They say, لا يمكن أن نستعيد الماضي بل يمكن أن نتعلم منه. We cannot reverse the past. It has happened what has happened, but we can learn from what has happened.
Okay.
So to go straight away to the question about the causes, you see, before the children decide to set ablaze a school, decide to close the door from outside, decide to go and buy paraffin and so on and so forth, it comes from where they are coming from. So number one, we say it is parenting crisis. Parenting crisis is we as parents, we have been given responsibility by Allah to bring up our children and to inculcate the values to our children. Okay? That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Each and every person, each and every individual, each and every parent is going to be asked by Allah how he raised the children in terms of the moral, inculcating moral values. You see, if a boy or a girl goes to grade 10, for example, or Form 1 in our past system, is that he has been brought up in a family. So when a boy or a girl decide to go and kill others or to harm others, it means that we are lacking a lot of good values about honesty, about responsibility, about mindful of others' welfare, and so on and so forth. Okay, so number one, it is parenting is a big problem. We have delegated our responsibilities. In fact, most of the parents sometimes they send their children to boarding schools not to go there and learn something to become independent, how to wash their clothes and so on and so forth. They send their children so that they do not disturb them at home. Okay, they want to do their own business, to travel and so on. So number one, it is parents. The parents needs to take the responsibility of inculcating values, to know that life is precious, to know that among the objectives of Sharia it is to protect the lives of people, to protect the properties of people. That's why we have the ultimate goals of Sharia, whereby there are 5, but 2 of them is to protect the lives of the people and to protect the properties of the people, which is something which has happened, has been violated in this school. So number 1 is parents. They need to take the responsibility. They need to know to bring up their children in a way that they become responsible citizens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when we talk about parents, in terms of parenting, that parents have neglected their responsibilities in terms of raising their kids to be better people. Now, other than inculcating the values to their kids, what is the role of parents towards the students, towards their children?
Okay, the main, because the children, they need everything from the parents.
Okay.
Okay, apart from providing the basic needs like accommodation, the feeding, the clothing, and so on and so forth, about the health, taking care of their health, and so on and so forth. But number 1, we need to inculcate values from the beginning in our houses, whereby as Muslims, for example, we need to have sessions with our children. Okay. Before we sleep, we need to have teaching our children about the akhlaq, give them one hadith about honesty, about trustworthiness, about being mindful of others' welfare, about becoming generous, and so on and so forth. So that when they grow up with these values. Okay? And then the most important thing is to make them fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They know that each and every person is going to be accountable before Allah. Okay. Everything you're doing, it is written, and you're going to be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the most important, and this is what it normally makes us avoid what is haram, avoid all the prohibitions, because we know one day we are going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're going to be accountable, and nothing will be left. Okay, so this fear also, if it is in our hearts and the hearts of our children, they will not be able to go to an extent of sacrificing their fellow students or killing them, setting them ablaze, and so on and so forth. So also inculcating the values with taqwa, piety, fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowingly that one day they're going to die, one day they're going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they're going to be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. And also parents, we need to teach our children about the importance of protecting the lives of people. Okay. And among the things which we need to inform our children is that among the objectives of Sharia, it is to protect the lives of people. That is the reason why maybe people need to understand why Islam has made a death penalty. If you kill, you're going to be killed. Not because they want to kill people, no, to stop people from killing others. Because when you know that if you cause murder or if you kill people and so on, you're going to be killed, you'll not kill others. But if you know that I'm going to kill people, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to set them ablaze, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go to the court, I'm going to have legal defense, I'm going to have a lawyer, and so on. At the end of the day, I'm going to be jailed maybe for some years, but at the end of the day, I'm going to continue living, I'm going to eat, and so on and so forth. So when you compare to other countries like the countries which are trying to implement Sharia, you will find each and every person is trying to take care to make sure that he's not killing another person, because he's going also to face the execution. Okay, so the parents, we need to emphasize about the protection of the protection of life of any human being, and if you violate this one, among the things is that execution. Number 2 is about the protecting the properties. You can see the whole school has been erased, has been set ablaze. This, we are talking of millions and millions of taxpayers' money. Okay, that is the reason why Islam has come with a law of protecting the properties of the people. That's why if somebody has stolen something, there is an issue of chopping off of the hand. Chopping off of the hand is not because they want to chop people's hand, so that they stop people from stealing and interfering with others' property. Okay.
Yeah. Now there is something that has been rising on internet. It's talk about, is it indiscipline that this student lacked? They lacked the discipline, that's why they did that? or is it a cry for help? Because there is a lot of reasons as to why these students were doing this. So from your point of view, do you think that the students lacked discipline, or is it a cry for help, as they say?
Yeah, it is mainly, according to my perspective, it is mainly a cry for help.
Okay.
A cry for help. Number one, I think schools, majority of the schools, they do not have avenues of giving the students avenues of airing their grievances. Okay? Because in a setup of a school like a boarding school, we're expecting in all the houses, maybe they have some houses, according to their names, they need to have the captain need to sit down, maybe every Saturday, 2 to 3 hours, listening to the students, what they're talking about. We have the class representatives, we have the patrons of the clubs, and so on and so forth. All these are avenues which the principals and the administrators, they need to take serious the grievances and the issues which are raised. Because before they set ablaze, there are some of the issues. Even some of them, maybe they are not very logical. Some of them, maybe they are not ready to do the exam. We need to listen to them. Some of them, maybe they are complaining about the food. They're complaining about the cleanliness of the school. So, number one, they are crying for help. Of course, somebody cannot just wake up and then just decide to set ablaze a school. There are some of the issues which are in their minds, they are still hanging, they've not been resolved, so they think they want to be heard. Okay? They want to be heard. Also, another thing is that the issues of the boarding schools. So also we are coming back to the parents. Majority of the parents, most of us, we are trying as much as we can, we raise our children to a certain standard. We make sure that our children, we stay in good houses, whereby they are clean, the toilets are clean, and we make sure that they are eating at least good food, they're eating good food, and then all of a sudden, you are sending a child to a school, and most of the schools, when you are sending your child to the boarding, you do not go to inspect. You are not allowed even to go to the washrooms. You're not allowed to go to the hostels and so on and so forth. So it is a change of environment, sudden change of environment, whereby a child is not used to eating food which is given in the school. The place where he's sleeping, maybe it is overcrowded. When he goes or she goes to the toilet, she cannot, because it is nobody is there to clean, because most of the schools are facing maybe financial constraints and so on and so forth. So the child is like thinking, what did I do to my parents to send me to this school? Why are they punishing me? So also the parents should make sure that the issue of boarding school is something which should be convincing. A boarding school should be optional. You speak to your child. Also, you follow up. How is the boarding school? Is it good? Is it suitable? What are the challenges? So that at least, because most of the teachers, of the students who are not satisfied with the conditions of the schools, they are disturbed mentally. And they do not want to learn because of the situation and the conditions. So they can even influence others so that people can go home and relax.
Okay. Now there is something called student welfare in terms of, I think you've mentioned about congestion in dormitories, in hostels and something like that. So are schools doing enough to address student welfare?
Yeah, I don't think if the schools are doing enough. If they were doing enough, we could not have any unrest. Thank God that the government has very good policies. Very good policies in place, very good structures of administration. But the biggest problem we have is the implementation. The biggest problem we have is the implementation. For example, that when you go to a county, you can see the government has the county director of education, it has sub-county director of education, it has the quality assurance. Okay? So, for example, it comes to the enrollment. Enrollment, the school is informed or told that the capacity is 400. But because of the 100% transition and so on and so forth, you can see a school is squeezing until 600, 700, 800. So it means there will be overcrowding. Okay, there will be overcrowding. Number two is about a school, according to the county education boards, which are responsible for making sure that the safety of the schools and the schools are in the right standards, the quality assurance normally visits all the schools, and making sure that in terms of safety, like the boarding school is supposed to have 2 doors, the exit in terms of when there is a danger, not 1 door, and so on and so forth. And then all these things have been spoken before, and all these things have been, there were some task forces, because this is it's not the first inferno happening. It happened before in the Russia and other places, even in 1990s, Bombolulu girls and so on and so forth. And we are having a lot of task force whereby people are trying to know what are the causes. So the reports are there, the recommendations are there. So the only thing which is happening is that there is no implementation. There is no implementation. Even in the recommendations of the CCTV. The CCTVs are there. You can see even the CCTV at Utumishi was there. But we need to understand that the CCTVs, most of the screens, most of the CCTVs used by the head teachers and the principals. So when you go to the office of the principal, you will see a screen whereby the principal is in has the ability to see all the school, from A to Z. But you should know that the principal is from 8 to 5 or to 6. Then the office is closed. The security guards, they are going to stay in the gate there, to the gate, whereby they will not be able to see everywhere. For example, that if the security guys could have a control room whereby they have they can see each and every place in school. Even at night, they could see the girls waking up at 12 o'clock. They could see the girls moving around. They could see the girls closing the door. They could come and then intervene. But because they are there, they are not aware of anything. So among the things which need to be taken very seriously is about the security to be modernized, so that the security can see each and every place in taking care of the privacy of the students. It can be on the main doors and the corridors, not in the rooms, because these are girls or boys. They need to have their privacy. But at the same time, we need to make sure that they have proper security. Okay, so the cameras are there, but are they used in the right way, in a comprehensive manner, which can deter these infernos in the future? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. So the security need to be empowered, to be given a room whereby they can see each and every place, especially at night, so that they can stop any catastrophe or disaster.
Okay, back in the days, there were corporal punishments issued to students, those students who make mistakes.
Yes.
You know, mistakes are reciprocated with punishments, I believe so. So there was abolishment of this corporal punishment. So as per you, do you think this abolishment of corporal punishment has affected the discipline of students in school?
Yes, corporal punishment has contributed a lot in terms of the indiscipline. We know very well in the 90s and 80s, all the schools were using corporal punishment to discipline the students. Okay. Of course, number one, the corporal punishment was not supposed to be there. It was not supposed to be there because people were abusing. And when we travel, we see in other countries, people are not using any corporal punishment, but students are learning and they are disciplined. They are learning and they are disciplined. So the corporal punishment was there, it was used, but the biggest, I think the gap was that when we abolished the corporal punishment, we are supposed to fill the gap. Because now the teachers who are teaching the students, they were using corporal punishment in order for them to facilitate the learning. Now there is no corporal punishment. So we were supposed to train them the ways and means of motivating the students. Because they are, even in education, you have the whole topic of motivation. You can motivate even your child at home, and she can or he can work hard and become number one without even beating him. So this issue of that corporal punishment, most of the time it is an abuse. Most of the teachers are abusing, are beating, sometimes even it causes death. So the teachers were supposed to be prepared in terms of the emotional intelligence, in terms of guidance and counseling. Guidance and counseling, whereby a student who is misbehaving, we need to know the root cause. Why is he misbehaving? Why is he behaving the way he's behaving? What are the problems at home, and so on and so forth. But now, because they were just used to caning, they were used to corporal punishment. When they were told you are not supposed to use, now also they relax. They say, okay, now there is nothing. The government has said you cannot beat you, so we leave you the way you are, which is wrong. They were supposed to come with the ways of motivating the students. They should come with the ways and means to control the students, the classmen, and all these things. By the way, for the teachers, when they are studying education, they are learning everything, the class management, anger control, and so on and so forth. The motivation is a whole topic, whereby how do you motivate the students? How do you deal with students of different nature? You can see a student maybe is an extrovert, he speaks a lot. Another one is an introvert, okay, another one is an ambivert. All this, when you study educational psychology, you'll see that these students, these teachers are trained how to handle these students. But now maybe the issue is the laziness, and the issue is reluctant because they were using a shortcut of beating the students to listen to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, earlier on, I asked about, is it indiscipline or cry for help? Now, when you come to issues of students airing their grievances,
Yes.
does the school administration give enough opportunity to the students to air their grievances?
No, they don't, because if the students could be able to get the opportunity to air their grievances, to raise their voices, to complain, you see, because sometimes you can see among the reasons, you can see we are not ready to do the exams, or the food is not good, you are overburdened, for example, that, and this is something which needs to be taken seriously. Some of the schools, because it is examination oriented, and this is a problem also of our past curriculum, at least CBC is trying to solve this one, whereby each and every school wants to get A's or B's. Each and every subject teacher wants the subject to be number one. Okay, especially also in the private schools. When your subject is not performing well, your contract is going to be cancelled, and so on and so forth. So you can see some of the schools, they wake up at 4 o'clock. They wake up at 4 o'clock. They go for preps, I don't know, they study, they come back, they take shower, they go back to class, and then they break, and then they go for their lunch. But they, even after 4 o'clock, they just have a short break, and then they go for the preps, and then until 10 o'clock. So you can imagine from 4 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock, people are exhausted. So the numbers of students engaged in terms of studying should be reduced. Okay, in terms of the preps also should be reduced, so that at least there is no pressure in such a way that a student feels that is overburdened by the studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, coming to guidance and counseling, it's also an issue in school.
Yes.
So how effective are guidance and counseling programs in schools? Is it something that can reduce the indiscipline cases in school?
Yeah. In fact, our guidance and counseling department is a very important department, not only in school, even in other institutions, in the companies. But when you talk about the school, the government need to invest on the guidance and counseling to make sure that we have specific people who have been given this role.
Okay.
Not the subject teachers. Somebody is having other subjects teaching, for example, geography, IRE, history, is having almost 20 lessons and so on, and then also is given the responsibility of guidance and counseling. We need to have people who have dedicated their time, whereby all the issues of the students, challenging issues, are presented to him or to her, and then, because for an expert in guidance and counseling is going to give the full report about the status, whether a single parent, whether there is a problem at home. So, and then to be given to the teachers so that they know how to handle the student. Because sometimes indiscipline comes because there is a problem at home. Maybe there is no good relationship between the mother and the father.
Okay.
Maybe there is violence. So when the student goes to school, he is disturbed. He cannot study. But you cannot go and just beat him and then use corporal punishment to solve the problem. You need to know what is the problem. So the government needs to invest in guidance and counseling, to have specific teachers who have who are teaching, who are handling the issues of the students. Because it is not, the mental health challenges are not only with the students, they are with also the teachers.
Okay.
Some of the teachers, they have some mental health problem also. They can be helped by the counselor or the Department of Guidance and Counseling. So guidance and counseling is going to help a lot if it's going to be done in the right way. The teachers are going to be dedicated for that work. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I think we're going to take our first short break, and therefore there is a lot to discuss here, and there is a lot to learn from. And with this issue rising or growing each and every day, we have also seen that students have been sent home days ago due to the school unrest. Now you ask yourself, what's the reason behind it? Once we figure out the problem, then we tend to come with a solution. Therefore, there is a lot to discuss. Don't go far. Stay tuned for the second segment, inshallah.
JamiaTV, kurunzi ya taifa. Pearls of Wisdom.
Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, O Allah, I take refuge in you from anxiety and sorrow, weakness and laziness, miserliness and cowardice, the burden of debts, and from being overpowered by men. Quote of the day. Uthman bin Affan radiyallahu anhu said, do not quarrel and do not create differences among yourselves. Hold fast to the rope of Allah and maintain unity in your ranks.
Verse of the day.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ويوم نسير الجبال وترى الأرض بارزة وحشرناهم فلم نغادر منهم أحدا وعرضوا على ربك صفا لقد جئتمونا كما خلقناكم أول مرة بل زعمتم أن لن نجعل لكم موعدا.
What comes to your mind when you hear the word mental health? A word often whispered, misunderstood, and even stigmatized, yet it affects every aspect of who we are, how we think, feel, and live. So why do we treat it as an afterthought when it deserves our highest priority, our deepest care, and greatest concern Join me, psychologist Fatu Sani, on JamiaTV as I sit down with experts to help us unpack hidden truth and understand what it really means to be mentally healthy.
قال تعالى في محكم تنزيله بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
Ninasaha kutoka pwani.
هذا الدين قال الله قال الرسول قال الصحابة هم أولو العرفان انتهى.
Ili kuongoza kwenye njia iliyonyoka.
Sikizeni hadithi hii ya Mtume alayhi salatu wasalam.
Hakuna atakayeweza kumfungia mtu mlango ambaye Mwenyezi Mungu aliyemfungulia.
Kuimarisha imani yako.
ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى طاعتك.
Ungana na mashekh wetu kutoka pwani kwenye mimbar.
Mimbar zinamwakilisha Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Jumamosi na wakati saa 3 usiku katika JamiaTV, runinga uipendayo.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kwa kusoma Qur'an ni lazima isomwe namna ilivyoteremshwa. Asema Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, warattilil Qur'ana tartila, uwe ni mwenye kusoma Qur'ani namna ilivyoteremka. Asema Dhihaki rahimahullahu ta'ala, harfan harfa, kuisoma herufi baada ya herufi. Na ni vipi tuisoma Qur'ani?
JamiaTV, kurunzi ya taifa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back and thank you so much for keeping it at JamiaTV. This is the second segment of the Muslim Insight Show, and today we are talking about the unrest in schools. What's really causing this trend and what can be done to prevent these cases to continue. Now, let's continue the conversation, Daktari. Yes. So we've looked at issues to do with guidance and counseling programs, issues to do with the abolishment of corporal punishment, how it has affected the discipline of the students, and also addressing student welfare. Now I want us to look at the impact. What impact has this school unrest caused to the parents?
Yeah, there are a lot of effects or impacts to these infernos or the crisis which has happened in these schools. Number one, we have lost the lives which are precious. Okay. These were the future leaders. Okay. Number two, we have lost the properties. Okay. This is taxpayers' money. The schools and the facilities are bought by the taxpayers' money. And then the parents also they're traumatized. The parents of the victims and the parents of those students who have done who have been involved or in this action, because now the parents are trying to ask themselves, maybe I did not know this child very well. How can this girl, for that matter, go and set a blaze there? So for them also they're traumatized. They are not happy about it, because they can see they are involved in murder, they are involved in killing, and so on and so forth. And the parents also who have lost their parents, you can see them in the televisions, the way they are crying. Some of them, they were having only that child, and then they lost the child. Also the parents who are in other schools, in boarding schools, they are not sleeping well. Yeah. They are thinking, okay, now this has happened to this school. So what about my daughter? Is my daughter safe in that school? If is my boy also safe in the school which is learning? Okay, So you can see now even the level of stability of the schools. There is a lot of instability. And that is the reason why even the administrations of the schools, the head teachers and the principals, they are not sleeping. They are trying to get to know what is going to happen next, because now the students are learning from others, because these ones, they have already been given, the school has been closed, so our school also has to be closed. So even the school administration also is in a big problem. So the impact is big, and that is the reason why most of the schools, they decided to give a break, even if it was not there, it was not a half term. But because the students were insisting they want to go home, so they thought, okay, if you don't give them this permission, they might go also and set ablaze the school and so on and so forth. So the impact is big, the loss is big, the loss of lives and the properties, in the mental health of the students who are there, because some of the students also are not sleeping well, the good students, because they think, okay, these people, they woke up at night and they went outside, they bought paraffin and so on and so on and so forth, and they set ablaze. Also for me, how sure I am that in my school cannot happen. So also they don't sleep well. So the impact is big and it needs to be stopped, and each and every person must pay the cost. Okay, let people know that if something like this happens, each and every person has to take the responsibility. It has to be looked from the beginning to the end. From the school administration, did they do the right thing? We go to the relevant departments, if it is the Ministry of Education, in terms of the County Director of Education, the Sub-County Director of Education, the quality assurance. How did you allow the school to continue while they do not have emergency doors, while they don't have 2 doors of exiting in terms of when it comes to emergency? Okay, the quality assurance. How did you approve the school to win? Because all the schools are approved by the county education boards. And then we have very competent quality assurance officers. So I think the biggest problem we have is impunity. Impunity is people know this thing is going to happen, nothing will happen to the principal, to the deputy principal, or to the ministry officials. So because people, they know nothing will happen, that's why this thing is keep on coming every year or after many years, because this is not the first. And we hope that you're going to learn from this one so that it becomes the last. But also, I think also another thing which is very important to the principals and the parents themselves. Boarding schools is not an issue of life and death. Many students have passed with flying colors while they're in day schools. You can see in Mombasa and other places, people are in day school and they are performing well. So if a student is not interested in going to the boarding, parents should not force the student. And also the principals and the teachers should should listen to the students. If you have, and this one can be achieved through the guidance and counseling, a student department, and then when they're speaking to him or to her, if they're going to say, I am not interested in boarding school, then they should be given that option of learning while they're in day school.
Okay, you mentioned that we should be learning from this, you see. So we've encountered loss of lives, loss of properties, traumas in parents, traumas in other students also, unrest in different schools. And also to the students that are in Utumishi, masomo pia they had to go home because they cannot keep staying there due to the property damages. So other schools, what lesson can they learn from this incident?
The other schools, what they should learn is that, number one is that whenever you stop people from airing their grievances, they are going to force you to listen to them, even if in a negative way or in a violent way. Okay. Number two is that also the school administration need to have ways and means of collecting intelligence, because even in the school like Utumishi, they were good students, and according to the media, they say some of the students, they informed the administration. And of course, not only in automation, in every place, sometimes some students are not interested. Most of the students, not all the students are interested in strikes or setting ablaze the school and so. So some of them, they normally go to their teachers whom they trust. They say the people are planning 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they get such information, they should not ignore. They should take heed. They should act on that information, and even making sure that those students who are planning to do that, they are suspended. Okay, they are suspended. They should come with their parents, provided that there is evidence for that, so that even some of the words should be prohibited in the boarding school. Somebody mentioning about strike, somebody mentioning about setting ablaze. All this, it should be prohibited. That when we hear it is a criminal offense in school. When you say, talking about the strike, you should talk about, you will be given the opportunity to speak what you want, to speak your mind, to air your grievances. You'll be given all the avenues. But to decide to go on violence, something should be prohibited, and something should be taken, the action should be taken to the students who are planning even before they're executing that inferno.
Okay. Now we have the education stakeholders, which includes the students, the parents or the guardians, the teachers, the school administrators. We also have the governments and the Ministry of Education. We have the TSC. We have school boards and management committee, among other involved stakeholders. What role, other than parent, because that is what we started with, the role of parent in parenting, these other stakeholders, what is their role?
Yeah, I think we have mentioned about the teachers. The role of the teachers is to make sure that they are following strictly the policies, because as I said, the government has a lot of policies, good policies, to prevent everything, even the safety policies and so on and so forth. The relevant departments, you can see we have the quality assurance department in each and every county, whereby they move around and check whether they are compliant with the safety measures given by the ministry. The issues of overcrowding have been mentioned. They are prohibited. The issues of over-enrollment and so on and so forth. Okay, so, and then also we have the employer, the Teacher Service Commission. Teacher Service Commission, by using the policies, they can even punish the teachers who have violated these policies, which have endangered, they have endangered the lives of the students. Okay, and then also you have mentioned about the board of managements. You see, when you have the county education board, which is the top in the county, whereby you have the county director of education as a secretary, whereby the sub-county directors of education also they come to the meetings, the quality assurance, and all the stakeholders. The stakeholders, among them, they are representatives of the religious bodies. For example, that in this aspect, as Muslims, we have Muslim Education Council. Muslim Education Council is the one which is appointing the representatives from each and every county, and they also receive, so that they can safeguard the rights of the Muslim students, about the hijab, about the issues of ayari and so on. They speak to the board. When there is an issue, they raise it to the board. Also, the Christians are represented, the private schools are represented, okay? The CUPET, the other organization, the teachers' organization are represented. So, in this one, in this board, all the stakeholders are there. All the problems are raised when it comes to the discipline of the students and the even discipline of the teachers. All of them are mentioned there. So the TSC, the BOM, they need to take their responsibilities and making sure things are done in the right way.
Okay. Now, to avoid having these unrest cases growing, what measures or what recommendations do you have or can tell the people?
Okay, number one among the recommendations which you can propose is there is a need, a dire need, of making sure that when you are receiving students from grade 10, if you have, you can look for a way of checking the background, okay? Or we can introduce the system of having the confidential information about each and every student, and especially those students who have some challenging problems in terms of behavior. Maybe a student was violent, a student was known of abusing others, bullying others. It should be known to the new school, so that they should be vigilant, so that they should be closely monitoring such student. Because if you that's why when people are employed in a company, there is this check background. They should know that, okay, this one was working in this company, what happened? Maybe he committed a crime. That's why we have even the good conduct and so on and so forth. Sometimes they're asking, because if somebody has been convicted or in any crime, it should be known. Also, another thing is that the school administration, it should open several avenues to students presenting their grievances through their clubs, class representatives, and students' leadership in general. Okay, this one it will reduce, and then not only listening, also acting upon them. For example, if the students are speaking of overcrowding, you need to make sure that you're solving that problem. If the students are speaking about the food is not good, it's causing problems with their health, you need to listen and also change. Okay, each and everything which the students are talking. If the students are saying they're being overburdened, they're waking up at night, we need to reduce. We need to give them time to enjoy, to have sports, to even to have some trips and so on and so forth. Okay, so another thing also for the schools, they need to invest in making sure that they are collecting intelligence, because the strikes are not happening just abruptly that the students have decided today we're going to ban. No, they plan, they sit down, they incite others and so on and so forth, and then good students can give the information. So when they receive information, they need to act so that they can avert catastrophes of inferno which have destroyed the lives and properties. Also, the parents must be very intentional when it comes to inculcating values and discipline. This is among the most important things, because you can see we have moral decadence in our society. Because you can imagine if we raise our children in the right way with the good akhlaq, they will not even think of harming others. They will know that they will be accountable before Allah. They're going to be asked, why did they do this? And they know that even Islam has prohibited killing of only one life or losing one life. It is like losing one life, it is like losing the entire world. Okay, so it is important also for the parents to make sure that they inculcate the values of honesty, trustworthiness, generosity, mindful of others' welfare, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I know time is also running. Maybe there are those students who are seeing what others are doing. And in this case, you can say that the students are the ones who have done this harm. And again, it is the students that are being affected. So what message do you have for every student?
For the students, what they need to know that they need to be responsible, because now we can see they have been arrested, they are behind bars. Okay. Also, their fingerprints are going to be taken. They are going to be among they are going to be counted as criminals. So in the future, when they are looking for the jobs, they'll not be able to, because if the certificate of good conduct, it shows that you committed a crime, it means that you cannot be employed anywhere, you cannot be entertained by anyone, any serious organization. Okay, so for the students, you should not follow anyone. You should know that you're going to take the responsibility alone. For those people who have been involved in this inferno, they are the ones who suffered. They are the ones who have been sleeping in police custody. They are the ones whom their parents are also anxious to know what will happen to them. Also, it is not only inconveniencing themselves, they inconvenience their parents. Their parents also, if their children are in custody, they do not know what they are suffering there. They do not know what is happening. So the impact is big and the effect is big. So the students should be responsible. there is time for everything. Anything you want from school, it can be listened to, you can be given. So you should not decide to go and cause harm to your friends whom you're studying together, to kill them, to set them ablaze, to destroy the properties. Because also another thing which is also we need to mention is that at the end of the day, when you ban the school, the government will come in and the school administration, they'll say you have to pay for the damages. So also students, you should know that maybe your parent is struggling to pay the school fees. But when you are sent home, you cannot come back empty-handed. You'll have to come back, maybe according to the damages will be evaluated, and they can be inflated also. And then you pay maybe 20,000 each and every student. Okay, now also you're causing financial losses to your parents. So each and every student should be responsible, should know that if you commit a crime, you become a criminal, and then it will be haunting you in the whole of your life, whereby you will be questioned, and the society will not be happy with you. People will look at you as a criminal, which is not good also in terms of the well-being of the society. Yeah.
Okay, something else before I forget, because I can see also muda unazidi kusonga. It's the issue with, let me give an example with the recent incident of Utumishi girls. There were no adults around those students. What's your take on that? Do we need older adults with us sleeping amongst us, or it's something that is not supposed to be like that?
Yeah, because I think now, what we need to think is about how can we avert, how can we stop such crisis, such atrocities, and the catastrophe and the disasters? How can we stop them? So this is among the issues which are being raised by Kenyans, by the parents, is that these, at the end of the day, children are children.
Okay.
So even if they are not sleeping inside, they are not sleeping near the student, they should be able to have even a separate room, whereby they'll not be interfering, but to be able to know what is happening. So it is not only setting ablaze. Sometimes even the students can fight at night. The two groups can fight, and if there is no adult person there, people can fight, even killing one another. Can use even the weapons and so on and so forth. Also, we have, it's not only the inferno. We have the issues of moral decadence in schools, in the boarding schools. Some of the students of grade 10 and the new students were complaining about the issues of sexual harassments. It has been mentioned. Okay, so but if there is an adult there, whether it is a matron or anyone who is there, who can watch, can make sure that nothing happens, nobody abuses another person, the issues of homosexuality are not there, the issues of lesbianism and so on and so forth, because these are the issues which are being discussed, that some of the students are going there, they are learning very bad behaviors through the body, because nobody is there to watch. So that point also needs to be considered, whereby the matrons should be able to be around in such a way, if anything happens, they should be able to intervene in the earliest time possible.
All these challenges that you've mentioned, I don't know, is it something that is happening today? But in my time, I saw that matrons were mostly focusing on, especially during the time that the students are reporting back to school, checking in their bags whether they have food stuff. So I don't know if that should be something of importance, or they should be focusing on something else.
Yeah, okay, the normal checkings, whereby they check on the students, because it is also important, before the students are let in, because some students, if they are drug addicts, for example, they can come in with the drugs and sell to others. It can cause even more problems.
Yeah, the checkups for me is fine.
Yeah.
But the whereby they are just focusing on the kind of food.
Yeah, I agree with you. They should not stop on checking only. They should make sure that they know at least what is happening in the dormitories. Okay, whether through the students or through setting the rooms for the matrons, which are not very far, in such a way they can hear if there is somebody crying, if people are fighting,
Okay. Jazakallah khairan, Daktari. And I think we're going to end our discussion up to this point, and I believe the message is home and dry to everybody that is watching us right now. And it is important to be our brother's keeper. Make sure that you take care of your brother and your sister. Something that will harm you, definitely it will not spare your brother or your sister. Therefore, it's good to be brother's keeper and sister's keeper, as Islam tells us. Until next week, I have been your host Zamzam Ahmed, and this has been the Muslim Insight Show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May you have a blessed weekend.